Melanie White here, back with another video. How are you? I hope you are well. So if you are new to the channel, my name is Melanie White. I talk about relationships, dating, and eventually leading to marriage, finding that right man, okay? And especially if you are over the age of 35. So I am outside, just outside my house, and the kids are inside, probably screaming down the place. Hubby's dealing with them. And I'm out here shooting a video for you guys. So, the question, date younger men. Do you do it? So, growing up, I always heard date older men, marry an older man. Why? Because I heard that older men are, more mature than younger men. Women are, evolutionary speaking, we're more mature. And when we date an older man, then it's like, emotionally we're kind of on the same level. So I always heard date older men, right? Now, my husband is actually 4 years younger than me. When I met him, I was age 36. He was age 32, and I knew that right from the beginning. I did meet my husband online. I met him online, and it was on his profile. His age was on his profile. So when I first saw his profile, I was like, ugh, 32. I was like, ugh. I had never, sorry, that was a fly. I have never dated a younger man. I had always dated older men. But when I thought about it, I'm like, hey, I'm still single at 36 and I've been dating older men. That really hasn't been working out for me. So I said, you know what? Let me give this guy a try. Now, before I talk more about my husband, I would like to talk about my experience with dating older men. So, when I was, let's say, 35, 36, dating men, and I was meeting men probably that was 40, 40 plus, right? A lot of the men that I met were, 40, 42, 43, 44. And, technically, that's what people say I should be dating. And I did meet a lot of those men. But here's what I found. I found that many of them were divorced. Some were married too. I'm like, bro, you're married. What are you doing? But the ones that were divorced, okay, I found that many of them still had a lot of emotional baggage. A lot of them were broken. A lot of them, went through terrible divorces, terrible relationships, and many of them were not ready to date. A lot of them were jaded. And, a lot of them needed therapy. I did meet some men who I did meet men that actually got therapy, right? Men who were kind of, on that healing path. But the other issue I found was a lot of men in their 40s already had children. I did not have children and I desired children. And so that was often a deal breaker because I would meet men, and again, great men, like great quality men. And, the question would come up, well, I already have 2 kids, I already have 3 kids. I'm not interested in having any more. I'm not interested in going back to changing diapers and, washing bottles. I already have my kids. I don't want any more. And I would say, you know what? I thank you for being honest and transparent, but that is not going to work for me because I desire children. I want children, right? And so that is what I found with dating older men. A lot of them already had children and didn't want any more. And a lot of them were really jaded, like really like, I'm like, bro, you need Jesus. Like, Jesus needs to fix you. You have no business dating. So that was my experience, right? The dating the older men. Those were the older men that I came across. Now, are there amazing older men? Yes, of course. I'm not saying there is anything wrong with dating older men. They say evolutionary wise, you should date older men because, on an emotional level, a man that's older is kind of like, you guys are on the same level, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. Now, when I met my husband, he's 4 years younger than me. So I was 36, he was 32. And, I had my reservations because I was like, is this guy mature? Is he still playing with video games? Like I was kind of very hesitant to talk to him because he was younger. I never dated a younger man. And, I did give him a chance. He wrote me a very, very nice profile. I can tell it was personalized. I can tell he read through my profile. And, of course, we started talking, eventually conversations online, became conversations on the phone. And then eventually, we met out, had dinner, and, the rest is history. Now, one thing I will say about him is, you know, he wanted children. He wanted a family, and that was something that was a core value for me. That was so important to me. I wanted a man that desired children, and he wanted children. So I was like, okay, he wants to have that family. And did I find him immature? No. And I wasn't the first older woman that he dated. He actually dated older women before. So he was used to dating older women. So I was like, oh, I was like, okay. I wasn't used to dating a younger man. So, um, I'm going to say if you are out there and you meet a younger man, I wouldn't just write him off so quickly. You never know. I was very diligent when I met my husband because I wanted to see, like, he's younger, right? Like, does he have a checking account? And yes, he had a checking account. He had great credit. He had assets. He was gainfully employed. So I knew that he was working towards of being a family and, supporting and providing and having a family. And that's why I continued to date him. And, a year later, he proposed, and, now we're married with 2 kids. So, if you do come across younger men, I wouldn't just write them off. How young do you go? It's hard for me to say a number. If he's 20 years younger than you, I would say, I don't know. Uh, if he's a few years younger than you, I'm going to say, you know what? It's worth checking out. You never know. We're married 6 years now. Still much happy, still in love. Do I see his age as an issue? Not at all. Not at all. I don't see his age as an issue at all. If anything, he's probably got more energy than me to chase the kids and do all that good stuff. So I hope this video helped. I want to know, have you dated younger men? What's your experience? Do you prefer older men? What's your experience? Okay, so it's Melanie White, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye.